Number 19, set of data in the table below shows the results of a survey on the number of messages people of different ages text on their cell phones each month. If a person from this survey is selected at random, what is the probability that the person texts over 50 messages per month, given that the person is between the ages of 23 and 60? Okay, so at this point, if I take a look at this two-way frequency table, I'm solving a probability, and that key phrase we've talked about this year showed up. It said at the end, given that the person is between the ages of 23 and 60. In other words, they are in this row, somewhere in this row, and we're trying to find now what's the probability that they're texting over 50 messages per month. It would be a good idea to go ahead and figure out the totals here, at least of this row, okay, because I know they're in one of these three columns, but let's see how many total that is. So 25, 47, and 157. If I add those up, 25 plus 47 plus 157, that makes a total of 229 people. So they are in that 229 people group for the ages of 23 to 60. So if we're given that much, now what is the probability that they text over 50 messages per month? Well, there are 157 people in that group out of the 229 that we know this person has to be in. So here are our odds, okay? 157 out of 229. Now, if we went and we added all these numbers up, okay? We filled out all the totals. So let's see, that would be 35. Add up the columns here. 37, 25, and 47 makes, let's see, 84, 109. And then that last column, that's going to be 244, 312, I believe. Adding all that up, see, let me add up across as well. 41 and 68, it's 109. Adding across 625, 31, 118, and then 356, I believe. Double check that works out. No, not 356, excuse me, 456. Yeah, okay. So if I wanted to use the formula for finding given probabilities, probability of A given B, remember that's the probability of both things happening divided by the probability of the given thing happening. What's the probability that both things are true, that they're between the ages of 23 and 60 and they text over 157 messages a month, or over 50 messages a month? That's 157 out of the 456 total. Okay, that's probably of both things being true. Now, what are the odds that they are in that given group? 23 to 60, that's 229 out of the 456. And what's interesting is when we divide these fractions, that's like multiplying, flipping the second one and multiplying. So do the first one times the reciprocal of that second one. And then when you multiply two fractions and the same number shows up on the top and the bottom, those cancel out, right? Leaving our answer, 157 over 229. So whether you use the equation or you just take the given fact, find that total, and then look for the odds there, either way it works out. Part B, if a person from the survey is selected at random, what's the probability that they are 15 to 18 or receive 0 to 10 text messages per month? Okay, 35 people here receiving 0 to 10. And in the 15 to 18 group, I think that's 109. So we add those up, except there's one small detail. 4 people are getting counted twice, right? Because they are being counted as part of the 35 who are saying 0 to 10, and they're also being counted as the 15 to 18. So if I add these up, I just have to remember to then take away that 4 that were in both. So let's see, that ends up making 140 exactly. When we add 35 and then take away 4, 140 out of the 456 people altogether. I could go to Desmos, type that in, simplify the fraction. If you don't have to simplify it, or if the answer choice already matches, then you're good. Okay. All right, last one. Counseling department has reported that of the senior class, make sure to put these decimal points in. 2.3% are members of Key Club, 8.6% are enrolled in AP Physics, and 1.9% are in both. Determine the probability of P given K to the nearest 1/10 of a percent. We're looking for the probability of in physics, given that they are in Key Club. This is that formula you've got to remember this tomorrow. Probability of physics and Key Club divided by the given one. So divided by the probability they're in Key Club. They are in both 1.9% of the time. They are in Key Club 2.3% of the time. So take the probability of both, divide by the probability that they are in Key Club. Go to Desmos, type that in, 1.9%. Whoops. 1.9% divided by 2.3%. The percents are going to cancel each other out. So just look at this and we get 0.826. And it says, what is the probability to the nearest 1/10 of a percent? So that decimal, that's the decimal form. So to convert that to a percentage, move that decimal 2 places to the right, 82.6%. If we are given that the person is in Key Club, then the odds that they are in both, the probability that they are in physics as well is 82.6%. Again, we go back to that formula, find the probability of both things being true, divided by the probability of the given. In this case, there weren't like totals we could have used. We had to use the percentages they give us. We had to use the formula. So remember that formula. Probability of A given B is the probability of A and B happening divided by the probability of the given one. And the given one is always written second, okay? All right, and then at the very end, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys a tip here. Number 21, don't have to worry about it. I mentioned it a little bit in class, but this is not something we covered. It will not be on the final exam. So if you're interested in knowing a little bit about that, that's kind of what the extra credit over Christmas break was about on Khan Academy. I'd be more than happy to share some of these things with you. I may do a really quick, like 5-10 minute activity on our last day of class about this. But it's very straightforward, very simple. And it's just simple relationships where angles are either equal to each other or they add up to 180. Okay, but again, not on your final, don't worry about it. You don't have to do this problem on the review. And if you have any other questions, let me know. But that should wrap up exam review number 4. And best of luck on your exam tomorrow. I'll probably send out an email with a few other tips and just studying strategies, key topics, things like that. But other than that, remember, no notebook. You can use Desmos on the whole test. And when you finish your final exam tomorrow, there'll be a short survey just about this class that I'll give you guys. And then you'll be done. So if you have any other questions or concerns, send me an email and I'll do my best to respond to you this evening. And then we'll see you tomorrow morning. And I'm confident you guys will do very well. So that's it.